buy a bigger pair of pants because these bad boys are jam-packed. We're going to start off with all 4 burners on low. I think this keeps the cheesesteaks more juicy, and also if this is one of your first cooks, you won't burn it. So we're around 300 degrees, throw down a little bit of oil, soft toss my veggies on there, just like a game of men's recreational softball. I actually quit softball last year. They made me the pitcher, and I was like, you know what? That means I'm the worst player and the oldest person on the team. I think it'd be best for my body and my ego if I just didn't play anymore. Put in some processed cheese. This is supposed to be Cheese Whiz, but I didn't have any, so I made a shortcut with Velveeta. Please don't judge me. Trust me, it's just as processed as the other stuff, and it's going to melt down great. Move it in the back and let it start to warm up. So we're doing just the green peppers and onions with one of the cheesesteaks with provolone, and the other one we got those diced onions that will be with the processed cheese. So those are the 2 different ways we're doing these cheesesteaks. Super simple, super easy. That doesn't look good. Still looks like some sort of Play-Doh or something, so we're just going to cut it up and let it cool down. Buy this pre-shaved beef if you can. It's super simple, super easy. It's thin. It was only like $8 or $9, I think, at my Meijer that I found it. It really is the best way to do it if you haven't made cheesesteaks before. You can also use Steakums if you want, but this stuff's simple. It works. It's fresh. It's good. The real way to do it is using like a ribeye. You throw it in a freezer like this, let it sit for an hour in the freezer, and then you throw it out. But you know what? I just bought a new house. I'm out here balling on a budget. I couldn't afford getting some ribeyes for this, so that's why I just went with the pre-shaved beef. But when you shave this ribeye down, you can see that's going to get more marbling on this meat. I mean, it's just a better cut of meat. So if you really want to get fancy with it, this is the way to do them. But today I wanted to keep it simple, and we're just doing the pre-shaved beef. I'd highly recommend that. Also, you want a soft bun. So make sure you get something nice. We're using Aunt Millie's, who's the sponsor of today's video. I'd highly recommend checking them out. This bun is great for cheesesteaks. I've also used it on a meatball sub, or obviously like an Italian slider would be really good, or a sub. So definitely check them out. If you see it in the store, get these long, soft buns from Aunt Millie's. Back to the griddle. Okay, now we look like, I don't know, a jar of paint that was left out overnight. So we're getting closer to what we're looking for here. Temperature guide, we're at about 320 degrees. So it's getting better. Everything's heating up, but we still don't want to get too high. I want to get over 350. I want to go nuts, okay? All 4 burners still on low. Make sure everybody sees that. Here comes the meat, about half of it going directly in with the diced onions. The other half will just be by itself. We're going to spread it out thin. We just got the dough cutter and 1 spatula because I had an accident when I was moving out of the last house and I lost some of my griddle utensils. Long story, don't want to go over it, but working with what we got here, okay? We're just working with what we got. I'm going to have to buy some new griddle accessories. Here goes the second piece of meat. Uh-oh, still got that weird little black thing on there. Get off there. Okay, we're going to spread it out real thin. Make sure you get this as thin as you can. You don't really want it to be piled up. And then now we're going to come back to the other one with the dough scraper and really give it a chop. Pretend we're working out at, I don't know, Penn Station or Jersey Mike's or one of those places. Let's see. Oh, or cheese. It's starting to look like cheese or processed cheese. Liquid gold, as they call it. Bring back to this section of the steak. Flip it over. It might stick a little bit. That's okay. Get under with your spatula. Then start chopping. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Now we're really getting in on it. You're going to have to chop it quite a bit just to get it down smaller. Peppers and onions are looking good. Lift them up. Give a little color with that one. Then we're going to make 2 separate piles. And I probably should have made 4 cheesesteaks out of this, but I didn't. I just made 2. I really tried to overstuff these things. You do them the length of the bun, and you could just tell from that point that they were going to be too big. But you know what? Oh, that's why I need to buy a bigger pair of pants right there. You know what? I just kept going. I wasn't going to turn back. I just said, we're just going to add cheese. We're going to throw this all in the bun. What's the worst thing that could happen? It's overstuffed with meat. No one's ever been like, oh, this cheesesteak has too much meat in it. Who would say that? If someone said that to me, I'd ask them politely to leave my cookout. Like, this was for me and my wife. We're celebrating the new house. So I'm making some fat daddy cheesesteaks. That's what I'm doing right now. But you should probably just use 4 buns next time, if it were you. So a little water going down. We're going to melt this provolone cheese. Man, that's a good looking griddle right there. Cannot complain. Meat, cheese, bread. what else do you need in a sandwich, you know? So we'll put that on top. We got a little bit of a toast, not really anything great, but then we're going to let them steam through the meat. Put them on top. Let's take a look here at this cheese. Oh, the provolone's melty. Oh, that's just looking great. The other one, probably could have put more of the liquid gold on there. That's okay. We'll put it on top. Here comes the old cheesesteak flip, and this is when I realized that I was just way too aggressive with the meat. It fell everywhere. Hey, look, we're not going to cry over some spilt cheesesteak, okay? We're adults here. You just scrape it back up. You put it in there. And like most things in life, it's best if you just cover your happy accidents with cheese. Cover them with lots of cheese. So grab your pot, start throwing that stuff on there. There we go. This is the money shot. This is what we're here for. So it was a little overstuffed, but it was still delicious. I ate all of this one. My wife had the other one. Okay, my wife had half of the other one. I ate 1.5 of them. And then my son just had a bag of goldfish, but it doesn't matter. So here's the other one. That one fell open. Oh, that one's okay. Learn from my happy accidents. Probably break this out into 4 cheesesteaks next time. Definitely try the shaved beef though. This one's got the peppers and onions. You got to try these. Easy cheesesteaks. Great for beginners if you just got a griddle. Thank you for watching. Keep on griddling, friends.